Hello. Hello, Dano. Hello, your fellow Reef. Hello, I am. Dan Witt. You're new. Hello. Hello, Ed. How's it all going? I've been watching movies tonight. I've been watching movies and I've been doing all my water. So, out all night. You ain't Dal?
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Good, you?
Doing well.
Good. It is 2 a.m. Ed, I'm not in work tomorrow and the wife's on night shifts. So, like I say, I've been watching films and doing nothing all day. So I'll do a live stream for a little bit till I fall asleep, like usual. Nothing new there.
And the live stream will go on while you're sleeping.
It's happened before many times. I fell asleep and it's snoring. People have had to mute me.
Yeah, it's quite late over there. It must be what, like 1 in the morning or something? 2?
2.
Yeah.
Quarter to 2, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like 6 hours from my time. Only 8:45 right now.
Yeah, well, it's early hours in the morning here, but hey, let's all crack on. AM Fit, check out my 1K giveaway. That I will do. And I might have a 1K giveaway again. Because I already had 1,000 subscribers. Then I took a load away, a lot of them away. I'm getting back there again. I think I need about another 100 and something. I must probably have that by the end of the week. Michael Aarons has been giving me a shout out on his channel, so I've been having subscribers left, right, and centre. I think I've got about 150 subscribers in the last week. Well, the last 4 days.
Congrats.
And I've just got another one now, just buzzed up. Yeah, so let's have a look at Reefer's channel.
Yeah, I watched that video where Michael said you came over and told him to snap off a couple of frags and stick them somewhere else.
Yeah, I've always done that. I've always done that for years.
Oh, I know.
I think it's the best thing to do. So
I do it by accident quite a bit. If I'm cleaning or something, I break off a piece and I just glue it somewhere else.
always back up. The name of the game is back up. Hello, Phil. Didn't see you there, but hello. That's it. Did you get the notification? Did the notification come up?
Yeah, the notification came up for me.
Good. See, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it takes 15 minutes for people to get it.
Yeah, as soon as I got it, I came over. I was on Ed's stream, but he didn't have any voice. I was on Rico's earlier.
Ed had a stream up, and I never got a notification for Ed's. You see, I want to start. I went up if I knew you had one.
Yeah, he was having problems with his voice.
Right. See, I don't usually start streams up me. You know, when people have got a stream going. Because I think Curtis is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of courtesy. It goes a long way on it.
It does. Yeah, Rico just had one for about 8 hours.
Yeah, like I say, well, I've been watching films and that, but I did jump in on his hangouts before, in between me doing stuff. And when I wasn't doing something, I was actually on the stream in the chat. But let's get back onto my channel. Oh,
Yeah, I got about an hour more, and then I get to go home for the night. I got tomorrow off.
yeah, I'm off till Thursday now, so I've got a couple of days off. Yeah, I will. In fact, I'll throw you a link in here. So when people start rolling in, which usually they do, I want
Yeah,
Seymour. I want Seymour to jump on. He won't jump. He won't jump on today, Seymour. I know he won't jump on today. On my stream, anyway.
yeah, he was on Rico's earlier.
Oh yeah, he won't come on mine. He knows why. Because he's a Liverpool supporter and they lost. So, and he knows I'll call him names for it. So video. Hello, Ash.
How are you, Paul?
Good. You?
Not bad, buddy. Not bad. What time is it there right now?
2 o'clock in the morning, nearly.
Wow. Don't you have to go to work, buddy?
Nope. Day off.
Oh, lucky you.
Off till Thursday.
Oh, okay. Okay. How's things with you, buddy?
Good. Oh, good.
That's good. That's good.
People would argue that Paul's a little off anyway.
Yeah. That's the link in there for anyone who wants to check out AM Fit Elite Reefers giveaway.
I was just checking out the Reefer Goals video on phytoplankton.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty good video.
Yeah, I liked it. And it kind of brought back my memory when back then, early in my hobby, I used to actually farm them myself.
Yeah, I never even thought about freezing them. I used to just throw the food away after,
Yeah, I never did that as well because as much as they tell you to freeze it and everything, I don't know. I think that the quality depreciates as the time goes by, and it becomes more of a harmful thing than a beneficial thing.
See, I dose plankton through the dorsal.
Yeah.
But I use Easy Reefs. Plankton,
Okay.
which is
I saw in Michael's video he uses that too. He had a bag of it hanging up under his thumb.
So I've used it for a while now. But the one that Michael's got is a thick one, which is like just brought a new one out, which is more liquefied. Do you know for the dorsal?
Yeah.
I think he has more pods than he does Cato in his sump.
Honestly, like I said, he only lives around the corner from me. He only lives a couple of minutes away.
Okay.
It's ridiculous the amount of pods that are in that tank.
Okay.
You could get a mandarin.
They'd eat a mandarin. They're that big.
Yeah, he said he had a Goliath one in there that is like huge.
Very big.
Yeah. I see pods in my sump, in my Cheeto, in my frac tank, all over the places. So
I got a lot of pods too. I come down at night and just shine a spotlight on them, and they'd be all over the place.
Oh yeah. And I don't know about the phytoplankton dosing. I mean, I'm pretty sure it helps the system, but I've stopped dosing it like many years ago.
I dose it, but I dose it very little. And when I say very little, it's like 1 mil for the whole tank a day.
Yeah, that makes sense. This way your phosphates are in check.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1 mil.
Yeah, back then you wouldn't believe, and I didn't used to know about all this thing, and I was dosing almost 250 ml one dose straight in.
Jesus. Do you know what?
Why?
No, you've got a point though, because I did the same thing. When I first started, I used to go to the shop and I used to buy bags of pods and I used to buy bags of plankton. And I used to just slit the bag of plankton open and pull the full bag in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No, so yeah, no, I totally agree with what you're saying because I think a lot of people still do that now. They don't realise. Well, I said 1 mil a day, so I put 1 mil a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, because that's a lot of phosphate when you put everything in there.
Yeah. Hey, Woody. Woody's here.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
All right, mate.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are
Doing
you?
good, buddy. How are you? All right. What's up, Ash?
Hey, not bad, I see.
Donald's Reef here.
Hey, I got a
Yeah, go on.
I got a quick question, guys. So, I don't know what's going on with my tank, man. All the parameters are fine. Everything's perfect. But my water is like super cloudy. It has never cleared up since day one. This tank's running for like, I cycled my rock for 8 weeks before I put it in. Used live sand. I mean, the water parameters are perfect. I'm doing my water changes, but it's super cloudy. I just don't know what it is.
Did you add bacteria?
I added Dr. Tim's when I first started it off. I added 2 bottles of that.
To me, it looks like you're having a
That was
big
about
out. You're having a bacteria. It's a bacteria bloom. You
Yeah.
use live sand and all.
I did. I used live sand.
So you've got all the bacteria in the live sand. You've added bacteria to it, and you use dry rock.
Hmm.
It
I
looks
used
like-
dry rock, but I cured it. I cured it in salt water for about 6 weeks before I, put it into the tank.
It looks like you're just having a massive bacteria bloom. There's more bacteria in your tank than can actually. It's just populating and populating and populating. You've not got
Should
carbon,
I,
have you?
Yeah, I'm running carbon. You think I should shut it off?
Yeah, take the carbon out because the carbon is very porous and all the bacteria will be going in there and breeding inside the carbon, which are making it, spread even more and more and more. People usually say cloudy water, add carbon, then remove the carbon afterwards. But adding the carbon is basically giving the bacteria a massive breeding ground to even populate even more.
So you think I should take the carbon off for now and just let it run a little bit by itself?
Yeah. Have you got a polywool or polyfilter just to put into your baffles and that?
I have 2 filter socks.
What micron are they?
What's that again?
What micron are they?
They're made out of like this cotton material.
Right, but they'll have microns. They'll have like 50, 100, 225. Do you know what I mean? So they're coming microns.
I think it's 200.
Right. Well, that you need. Put some filter floss in them, because that'll be letting too much stuff through. What you want to do is try to catch so much of it and just change it daily. The floss. Just take the floss out, but don't let the water drip back into the system.
Got it.
Throw it away. Put some fresh in. Because you'll be catching all the bigger bits within the filter floss, and you're removing that. But because you've got
I can do that.
the sand. Have you got Gobi or anything?
I have a Gobi. Is that what you asked me?
Yeah, the sand that you've got. Yeah, you've got what's it called? Aragite or something like that sand. It's very powdery sand, isn't it? The live sand.
Argonite. Yeah, the Argonite sand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aragonite.
That's the one. See,
Aragonite. There you go.
Yeah, that is very.
But you know what it is? I noticed. I think I have a lot of aptasia right now growing, which I think is good because it's part of the cycle. Like the rock is starting to turn a little brown, the sand is turning a little brown.
Whoever tells you aptasia is part of a cycle, and it's not.
Just
It's not.
No.
No, aptasia is not the part of the cycle.
No, you want to get rid of that now.
Before they expand more, so there's a product that
So maybe it's not aptasia. Not aptasia. It's not aptasia. What's
okay.
Oh man,
Diatoms.
I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, diatoms.
Diatoms. Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry, I said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You said the opposite thing.
Yeah, I did.
Michael's in there.
Yeah, diatom bloom. There you go. Yeah.
Good
So
morning,
you're saying put put some fleece inside the filter socks, change that daily, shut the carbon off for now.
Yeah.
If whilst you're doing
Right, I'll do that.
whilst you're doing a cycle, you should never run carbon. Carbon is one of the most porous medias you can get, and while you're doing your cycle, the bacteria that's populating, the bacteria that's there to do your nitrogen cycle, will more likely be populating in the carbon because it's so porous, and there's so many homes available for the bacteria. But then what happens is it gets blocked up, you throw it away, and you've just thrown away the majority of your bacteria, and potentially you could go through another cycle. And if you throw it away during the time when you've got fish and stuff like that in there, you could cause an ammonia spike. So
just a quick one here. Ed, cheers for the super chat. American Reefing, cheers for the super chat.
the super chat's not for you, it's for me. You owe me £2.
It's for Aaron. Yeah, I only had the carbon running for about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, 2 weeks is carbon gets used anyway in 3 days maximum.
Okay.
So carbon's fully used in 3 days, but now you're just using it as a breeding ground for the bacteria.
Got it. Yeah, I'll shut my manifold off. No biggie. All right, appreciate it, guys.
What's up, American Reefing?
Yeah, American Reefing. Cheers for that.
Welcome on board, buddy.
Yeah. I know why he's brought a super chat, because I did his intro, and he tried to do a super chat the other day. Is it working on? Look at me and Michael. Right. Hardcore.
How do you spell hard?
H. I was at his house the other day, and everything I say, I have to go at the beginning of it. Buzz.
Funny. Oh, DC's getting on the Triton.
DC. Yeah, Team Triton. Me and Michael are going to teach everything you need to know about Triton.
I so wish that I would have done that live stream the other day, and I was like,
yeah, I'm actually going to.
I'd have made loads of money.
Yeah, I'm going to invest in a doser. I'm going to invest in a doser in the next couple of weeks or so, and then if we could start working on it.
What was that then?
I said Rico had a big talk about Triton on his live stream earlier.
Oh, what was he saying?
Oh, really?
Oh, I don't know. It got kind of heated up, and
oh, why?
I'm not sure.
By any chance, did that involve Nick?
Nick was there.
Yeah.
Nick was there talking to him, and
This shit's there, really.
No.
Well, I said Nick knows his stuff. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I never fault him.
I can say, you know, obviously, hand on heart, everybody's watched me and my progression on YouTube. They've seen my ups, they've seen my downs, they've seen my fights, they've seen my struggles. And at this moment in time, I can say I am the happiest I have ever been, ever in my hobby right now.
Whoops. I think I saw at least 4 more hairs on your head.
Yeah,
It's growing back.
yeah.
It's growing back.
You notice how all the gray's gone as well. You know what I mean? I'm coming back to my youth.
That's great formula. Don't fool us.
I'm starting to go bald too. I think we should do a live stream like with Rogaine or something.
We'll do a bald man's live stream. If you've got hair, you're not
might die naturally.
Skinheads don't count. You've got to be naturally follically challenged.
Yeah, I'm going full
EDK Reefer. Michael, I'm pretty happy with. I'm pretty happy as well. It's good. Honestly, I personally, I'm looking at my tank every day thinking, this is amazing. This is just fantastic. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
See,
us US guys just watch you guys. You know, we started out scrubbing, Miracle Mud. Now we're doing Triton.
And think to yourself, like, and that's the reason why I've got to be dead careful with what I do, because everything that I say and do, you know, is potentially, you know, an influence. Now, bubble scrubbing, Miracle Mud, etc., you know what I mean? It's like, it's good stuff. It works. And the Miracle Mud, honestly, I'll be straight up and honest with you. When I got asked to use the Miracle Mud because I did get asked to use it. It wasn't me saying, "Oh, I want Miracle Mud." I got asked to use it, so I was like, "Well, what am I going to use it for? What's the point?" You know what I mean? It's like I'm dosing the tank anyway, so I'm going to even know if it's doing anything. And you know, and that still stands today, really. But I can definitely see it working in my refugium. You know what I mean? If anything, just for the microfauna in my refugium, it's worth the money because my pods, my life in there, and I've got a, you know, obviously everything combined. You know, I can't put it down to one specific thing, but the combination of things that are going on in my tank at the moment is just a dream. It's an absolute dream. I come down every single day and I expect to see something wrong, and I don't, and I'm like, really? Nothing's dead. The gravel's
Aaron,
still
how
white.
how many gallons is that refugium?
Bigger than my tank.
I don't know. I don't know. The sump itself, the sump in its entirety is an 120 gallon.
Stop.
Okay.
In its entirety.
Yeah, that's the size of my new tank. I'm going up from a 57 to 120.
Well, that's cool. Hey, Alex.
Nice.
So, what you got in that 120? Is it a 6 foot long sump?
Yeah. Oh, what? Sorry.
Your sump, the 120 gallon, you said?
No, 4 foot. It's 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot.
Okay. Okay.
Same size as mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got 125 gallon sump.
Michael needs to grow. Michael needs to breed shrimp to feed his pods.
I was saying earlier that he had more pods in there than he did Cato.
Yeah, but you want to see the size of his pods. That's the thing.
Yeah, he said he had a Goliath one in there. A mana shrimp.
I honestly thought it was a mantis shrimp at first, the size of it.
Yeah. There we go.
Especially the way its arms were and stuff like that. I thought it was a mantis.
It's huge. Massive. Like I say, I want a cup of that. As soon as I get a sump, a refugium, I want a cup of them.
Yeah, no worries. I'll just give you some of the flipping macroalgae. I've still there's a queue at the moment of people who want my macroalgae. Woody's next on the list.
I live closer. I'll take it to him.
What, you're gonna go drive down to London to give it him?
No, I'm storing my tank for him.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna it's, to be honest, I gave Padawan some the other day, but like he come round and I said, "Yeah, I'll give you an handful," and then I pulled an handful out and he looked at me as if to say, "Is that all you're giving me?" So I was like, "God's sake!" So then I literally gave him more or less half. I've filled a carrier bag.
I'll just spell that.
Touche, sunshine. I can't get my words out now. Sunshine. Yeah, I ended up filling a carrier bag full of macroalgae, and I could probably do that again now. Grows really quick.
Have you got basin on your frags?
Have I got basin on my you know, to be honest, I've not even been paying attention. I've not looked.
You get that little bit of basin on your
Hey guys, I got to get going, guys. I'll talk to everybody next time.
All right, see you soon, pal.
All right. See ya, buddy.
Have a good
All
night.
right, pal. Thanks. All right, thanks, guys.
Bye.
See you in a bit.
Later.
Ed, Michael, let me read what they're saying here.
I was thinking of going to Download Fest. If I do, I'll have to visit y'all. What, you coming over here for Download? Download's supposed to be mental. I'd be interested in going to Download. I've always wanted to. Pardon?
Where is it?
I think it's only mid. I think it's like. I'm gonna have to Google it, but I don't think it's that far. You know, I think it's Stoke.
If that's it, I mean, you'll have a drive down.
It's a festival though, so it's, you know, obviously you've got to get tickets and stuff, and it's mental as well, mate. You don't even want to get caught up in a mosh pit. Let's see where. Donington Park it is. I'm not even sure where Donington Park is. It rings a bell. It must move because I'm sure it was in Stoke. Donington Park. Oh, Derby. Yeah, Stoke area. Derby. So it's only around the corner.
Yeah, 40 minutes away.
Yeah, it's only around the corner.
In fact, Derbyshire, what?
In Donington Park, a racetrack.
Yeah, done. I think it is, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, Donington Park racetrack. I think that's where it is, or something like that. But yeah, it's supposed. I wonder who's going this year. Sorry for carry on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, 893 subs. Whoop whoop.
What are you getting there? Marilyn Manson's going. Right, so Ozzy Osbourne, nice. Avenged Sevenfold, nice. Bullet from My Valentine, love them. They're Welsh, Go on then, Welsh. Bullet from My Valentine.
Welsh is here. Welsh.
Is he in?
Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations on beating the shit out of Liverpool. Where's Seymour?
Marilyn Manson's there as well. Do you know what? I like Marilyn Manson as well. Rise Against. I don't know. What else have we got? That I like. That's it, really. I don't know who Baby Metal is. I don't know who Black Veil Brides are. Asking Alessandra. Some good headliners though. Bullet from My Valentine, Marilyn Manson, Ozzy Osbourne, and Avenged Sevenfold. I'd go just for that.
DC, he won't be getting his dose till the 9th of February. My sister's birthday, that. But he already ordered the try-in and other methods. Well done.
Good man. Just leave it on the shelf until your dose arrives. Or if you want to start it, just dose it manually.
Yeah, manually dose it. Yeah.
So somebody asked me the other day, how do you find out what you're dosing, how much you need to dose? So I don't know if anybody knows, but it's pretty simple, really. You just
Michael, you could do doing a video on that, by the way, because no one knows how to do it, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, and I've ordered the Core 7 because I got my Refugium all set up and everything.
Yeah, I will do then. I'll explain it anyway because it's easy. All you do is before you start dosing, you take a measurement of your measurements of your alkalinity, your calcium, and your mag, your major elements, and then you just, so you'll start at a base level. So they normally sell, what do they say? Is it like 2 milliliters per 100 mils?
Yeah, 2 mil per 100 liters.
Yeah, so 2 mil per 100 liters. So if you've got a 100-liter tank, then you just dose 2 mil per bottle. And then, after a day or two, do an alkalinity test and then check where your alkalinity has gone. If it's gone up, then you're going to need to reduce how much you're dosing. So say for example, if it's gone up a full mil, then you might need to reduce your dose from 2 mil to maybe 1.5 mil. Then check again. So then leave it again, see what happens, and then if it continues to go up, then obviously keep bringing it down, and then basically just keep adjusting until it stays stable. Your alkalinity just stays where it's supposed to stay, and then you've got your sweet spot then. And then obviously from there on out, you should be right. Obviously it's not you don't get complacent with it, because I made that mistake and my dosing pump stopped, and then obviously I screwed myself and I lost a couple of corals. But if you just do your checks as you would normally would, on a weekly basis or whatever, and then if you notice your alkalinity is starting to go up, then maybe your corals are not consuming for whatever reason. Something might have stressed them to stop and consuming, or you might notice that your alkalinity starts to fall, and that's because your tank's nice and stable. Your corals are really feeding now, so now you need to up your dose to compensate for how hungry they are, so to speak. So it's literally that simple.
Yeah. When you add corals and all, just be careful, because when people add corals, they assume automatically you need to start upping your KH, and sometimes you'll have a dip. So it'll dip. It could be for a week where you'll have a dip before it starts to rise again. I always fall for that little trick, assuming that it's the same, and it's not, and the KH starts to rise when you add new corals. As soon as you add a new coral, because the corals might be a bit stressed or something when you put it in, like an SPS, they release like a chemical, and it shuts the other SPSs from growing. You get that dip.
Hey, do you know what I've learned today? Like, obviously, when I edit my videos, I don't know if anybody knows about this, but I film my videos in a flat profile. So what I mean by that is it looks very dull. when I film. You know, like when you look at my videos, the videos are just very, very dull. There's nothing to them. If I was to upload my videos straight from the camera, you'd be like, your camera's broke. But what I do is I actually color correct my videos so I can get better, colors, like deeper blacks and just, just a better look when it comes to corals. And I've just found some they're called lookup tables, which makes it easier for you to adjust your colors. You can just slap one of these like templates over it and you get an adjustment. And I've just found somewhere that does the Instagram, the Instagram filters.
Yeah.
So I've just had to play with them, and I've just done a little channel trailer, a little advertisement video.
Have you uploaded it?
Yeah, it's uploaded now. I've just done a little advertisement video, and I put one of the Instagram filters on it. Looks cool as anything.
We'll have a look. So is it on now to show you?
Yeah, it's on my channel now. I uploaded it a minute ago.
We'll have a look now.
So yeah, so I've just done that. So it just makes it's just like a more of a cinematic look. It's a little bit thingy than natural. It doesn't look 100% natural, but it looks more cinematic. Deeper blacks. Is
that the one? Are you subscribed yet? That one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I already like that. I watched that, innit?
All right, yeah. So I've color corrected that.
Right.
And that's another thing as well. People are always asking me, how do you film a reef tank? And it isn't the case of just sticking the camera on and filming. You have to do a few things, like you have to adjust your lights, and sometimes you have to color correct as well. So say for example, warm the video up a little bit to take the blues out, stuff like that. So loads of little things. I might do a video on it eventually on how to, on how I make videos.
Number 1, 3, and 4 in the search rankings.
What is?
That one. Hey. What's it called? Thingy Buddy.
Tube Buddy. Have you got Tube Buddy?
Yeah.
Have you got it? Yeah.
Well, I've only got a week.
Oh, have you got the what do you call it?
Like trial.
Trial one. That's it. I love Tube Buddy. Ed, if you ever do come to the UK, let me know. Pre-warn me, and I'll have to. If you come to the UK, I'll have to take you out. We'll have to go out. Go for something to eat. Maybe a couple of beers. I don't really drink though, so.
I'm going to answer your question in a sec, Doctor. Go on, Michael.
What does he say?
Right. The doctor says, so when I start dosing this new tank build, how do you suggest setting it up? Miracle Mud and Triton from day one. The sump on the EA Pro Reef S1200 or 1500, large enough for a Triton-based fuge.
I don't even know what that is. Let me have a look. What did he say it was? An
EA Pro Reef S 1200 or 1500.
What a 1200? Because obviously, I'm assuming a 1200.
I don't have a refugium in mind, Doctor. So Michael's your best bet for that one.
Bloody hell, £1,300 tank. God damn. Right. So looking at the sump, based on the pictures that they've got here, so it's got adjustable baffles in it and all that. So you've got the skimmer chamber, reactor/refugium chamber, pump chamber. Oh, so that's your return pump. Realistically, what I would do with that is I would switch them. So your first chamber, according to this sump, is your skimmer chamber, and your return and your reactor/refugium is the next one. I'd switch them around. I'd have your refugium first, and then your skimmer second, because it's a smaller area. So you can get skimmers now that are slimline or whatever else, and just get a skimmer that'll fit inside that chamber, and then utilize the larger section for your refugium. Because if you're starting off from day one as well, realistically, you don't need a skimmer. A skimmer isn't a necessity. A skimmer's a helpful tool. So if you start off right at the beginning And don't get too giddy with feeding. Basically just don't be too much of a scruff. Then you won't even need a skimmer. You know what I mean? But then obviously you've got that option then. So say for example, you start stocking up more, adding more fish, maybe adding a little bit more food because you're adding more fish. Then you've got the option of using a skimmer, but it's not like a day one necessity. And obviously the refugium itself, if you get the refugium, put miracle mud in there, put some macroalgae in there, then your pod life, your microfauna like what I've got, they're going to be working in the same sense as a skimmer. Well, not really, because they're going to be crapping and weeing, but they're going to be eating that waste. So if you accompany that with a bit of mechanical filtration, like a filter sock, or some floss or something, you're going to have like your water is going to be pretty clean before it even gets to the skimmer. So the skimmer's just going to be there as a little bit of a little bit of extra. So that's how I do it with that one. I don't know the dimensions. Does it say the dimensions on here?
I was surprised that the summer sunset was like 10 p.m. sunrise, 4 a.m. In summer, I think this sunset, it's just before 11. And it rises at 4. And if you actually up high enough, do you know, like if you go on tops of it in Oldham, Michael?
Yeah.
It doesn't even go down the sun. You can still see the light from the sun all the way around till morning.
Really?
Right.
So it's 800 mil by 450 mil by 450 mil. So I don't know how big
Reef, a skimmer helps the water stay clear. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Not in my opinion, it doesn't.
A skimmer helps take particles out of the water, but it will help with particles in the water and pulling stuff out. But if you've got water tinting, so say for example, if you've got yellow water, which is just what it is, it happens, you know what I mean, with like say for example, some foods have colorings in that leach into the water and stuff like that, and other things that tint your water. Skimmer won't do anything to that. Ozone or carbon changes, will change the tint of your water.
Aussie Dan, should I dose phosphate remover near the skimmer or the return pump?
It's only a 2.5 foot long sump. Yeah. How big's the tank?
Yeah, Aussie Dan, don't do it near the return pump at all. If you're going to do it near if you've got filter socks, do it like in your filter socks, or do it near the skimmer. Don't do it near the return pump, because you're just going to be blowing all the phosphate remover in, and the particles that it creates.
Do what? Sorry.
That's it. That's if you're talking about the liquid phosphate remover. Aussie Dan, should I dose phosphate remover near the skimmer or the return pump? Liquid one, do it near the skimmer or a filter sock. If it's the Rower Phos or the GFO that Michael's got, if you're doing it in a reactor or you're putting it in a bag, it doesn't make a difference where you put it as long as water's traveling over it.
I'm not listening at the moment. So
what light would you recommend for a refugium, Michael?
For what?
What light would you recommend for a refugium?
Anything that can grow plants. So anything that's got the spectrum that can grow plants. So like I use my old Keller, the one that I use for growing my corals.
Yeah.
Because the spectrum, obviously the spectrum that it provides everything that the zooxanthellae needs, which is basically an algae. So I just use that and it does the job.
A freshwater tank light.
Pardon?
For planting tanks.
Yeah, of course you can. Obviously they're there to grow plants, aren't
they? Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can get one of those pink ones, the pink hydroponic grow lights. I don't personally like them because they just absolutely annihilate your eyes. they just kill your eyes, but they are efficient because obviously the spectrum is tuned specifically for growth. You know what I mean? but it's crap for filming. You can't film with it on, and you can't look into your cabinet for too long because you come out and like your head's mashed. So
I use one of those pink ones that Aaron's mentioning, and I used to use the regular white ones, the 6500 Kelvin bulbs that Home Hardware used to sell here for, I would say, almost 4 years now. And just end of I would say November, I changed it to uh, the pink grow lights from Amazon, which was, I guess, 36 watt and cost me like $22 each. And as soon as I changed that, what I noticed was the Cheeto, the microalgae in my refuge, was thick green, and it became healthier and healthier, and the growth I'm getting is just insane. I used to get a lot of chlorpa before in that 6500 light, but now, you know, the macroalgae always competes with each other in your refuge. Depends on the spectrum. So I guess the white 6500, the chlorpa used to love that, and it used to outcompete the Cheeto. And eventually, when I changed the bulb, the Cheeto actually now outcompeted the Colourpa, and which is what I wanted. And the Cheeto is nice, thick, and green. I mean, I was so impressed with these bulbs. Uh, I actually made up a video because it's just so cheap, and you could achieve it. Like, you don't really have to go and buy some of those high-end lights to grow that refuge macroalgae.
no, to be honest, the light that I had for my refugium is $82 on Amazon.com.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of that because it's not that much. It's not that much
Yeah,
here.
Aaron, I paid under $50 Canadian for the two bulbs on my refuge. I made actually a video. When you get a chance, check it out. That's just blown up my mind, the health. And I've been I would say every weekend I have been taking out Cheeto. It's been growing like crazily.
Yeah.
So I guess something to do with the spectrum of those pink bulbs.
Yeah, it's just the perfect spectrum. Do you know, to be honest, do you know what another great bulb is? And it costs $10. And I actually use the bulbs in my studio lights. It's a CFL bulb, like an energy saving bulb.
Yeah.
They're perfect because they've got the right spectrum. They're like, I think they're like 5,500 or 6,500 Kelvin. And it's like the perfect light range for him. I'll see if I can put a link in the chat, and I'll show you what it is. Let me just find it. I can only find it for the States and Canada. What it'll do, you can still see it. So it's fine. Nothing's working. My computer's not working. It's too late. It's tired. Oh, there you go. Right in the chat.
Macro and microelements specifically for algae and maximum nutrient export. In my opinion, highlight does not necessarily mean maximum export if you are not dosing. We'll talk about macro and microelements.
Can you talk about dosing macro and microelements specifically for the algae to maximize nutrient export? Basically, the stuff that comes in actual Triton solutions, I have got no clue what the elements are that are for the algae specifically.
It's a very secretive formula that they've got.
Like obviously, say for example, Miracle Mud has got a big breakdown of what everything is in Miracle Mud, but Triton doesn't. I think it's a bit like a KFC thing. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I'm not knocking it because it works.
ATM don't tell you what's in their stuff either. Don't tell you what's in the salt and what's in the bacteria.
Yeah.
It's a very secret between them all. It's all very secretive. Fridge don't tell you either.
What? No, because obviously it's a bit like it's like a bit of a KFC thing, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
You need to,
Secret recipe.
you know, you turn around and say, "My salt is the best salt." You've got it, you know, and they say, "All right, well, what's in it then?" I'm not telling you, but it's good. And it's like, all right. And then you start thinking, yeah, it's probably just like everybody else's.
Like I always say, it's all made in the same place. It's all from the sea. Well, fish. It's like a freaking oven here.
You can get like the Chinese black boxes as well, but you know, as a grow light rather than a coral light.
Yeah. What was your part of that question you said there?
I'm very interested in this miracle mud experiment. I've been thinking about adding it in my system. I've been just not sure if I should go ahead because I don't want to shock the system all of a sudden. Might go slow with that. But it would be a good idea if somebody made a video or a case study of their parameters on the ICP test kit, maybe from Triton, before they added the miracle mud, and then after the the pro and the pre and post.
It's currently happening. The Miracle Mud themselves are actually doing something like that at the moment. So yeah. So obviously, people like myself, I could do it, but I don't think I'm in the right position. You know, obviously, you need professionals doing stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be a good case study, right? That would be a good pitch for them as well if they do it.
Anyone could do it, but if I'm endorsing something else in the system, it's going to be different. You need someone that's just running Triton, that's just running this, that's just running that, to do a baseline test. In our Reef tanks, we can't really do baseline tests because you're adding stuff all the time. You might not know you are, but you are.
Yeah,
because that's the thing with because our reef tanks are not sterile environments, and not, you know, everything that you put in you make a note of and things like that. It's like we can't really do sort of like case studies and stuff unless, you know, obviously we set up a tank specifically for that reason. But you know, I know that the companies, Miracle Mud themselves, are currently doing something like that to be able to sort of like say, you know, X, Y, and Z. Hey Michael, I was looking for your vid on reef bugs. I couldn't find it. I've been seeding my Miracle Mud with it for a couple of weeks before your vid came up. No, I haven't made a video on reef bugs. I use it, but I haven't made a video on it. I like it.
But I want it.
My corals go mental for it. What I've been doing is I've just been taking a cup of tank water, putting some reef bugs in, putting some phytoplankton in, you know, the Easy Reefs phytoplankton, giving it a stir, and then leaving it for a few hours because you're supposed to leave reef bugs for a bit. So I don't know whether it's spores or eggs or whatever, but you put it in, and then I think it wakes up whatever it is, because supposedly the reef bugs is alive. And yeah, and so I've been doing that with a bit of phyto, and then throwing it in the tank. Most of the times I target feed, but when I can't be bothered, I just throw it in, and it's brilliant. The corals go bananas. Literally, my big red lobo, looks like it turns inside out. It just goes, yes. It's mad.
See, that's another video you could do with that, because I want to use it. He's using it. I think it's a good little thing.
It's not known really over here, is it? Because it's an American product. It's by Reef. It's a Reef Bright product, so it's not bad. Method. What I have to say about it is it's wicked. I love it. I find it therapeutic as well. target feeding corals, just turning all the flow off, climbing up the ladder, because that's what I have to do to get into my tank. Turning all the flow off, climbing up the ladder, and then just leaning into the tank and just chilling there for a bit, and just getting the pipette and just squeezing at individual heads of acan and my big lobo. And because it's sort of like it's like a pourable cloud, you know what I mean, if that makes sense. So like it's like a cloud underwater, but it doesn't just, as soon as you squeeze it out, it just goes poof into the water. It's like do you know those smoke machines when the smoke stays on the floor? Do you know what I mean? It's like that when you squeeze it out, and if you put it on the corals, it sort of like runs, like, say for example, the lobo has like tracks in it. The smoke goes through the tracks and the coral just goes nuts, and then it hangs around as well. As long as the flow's off, you can create this sort of like cloud around the coral with it, and the corals are just like, oh my god, this is amazing. Yeah, it's cool. God, I'm getting tired. Flipping 2:30. I'm tired.
I do water change in a pod breeding tank about losing half the pods. Do you water change it weekly or per whatever that is?
What we're talking?
Oh, he's talking about how do you do water change in a pod breeding tank without losing half the pods? Do you water change it weekly as per reef tanks?
Take the water from the main display. You're not going to lose your pods that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think no matter what you do, you will always end up losing some. It's part of the ecosystem. It's part of the cycle, in my opinion. You can't really control uh, losing the pods when you do your water change. I mean, it comes to the point where you have to prioritize what's more important. You want to keep the pods or you want to change the water, right? Of course, you want to change the water because you want to add the
or even
elements.
better,
you could put a mesh at the end of it.
Or even better, stop doing water changes.
Yeah, stop doing water changes. But you could put the mesh over the end.
No, because then it defeats the object of doing a water change in a way, doesn't it? Because in most instances, I would always tell people if that they are doing a water change that they should always do a gravel clean. Always. Every time that they do a water change, don't take it from the water column, take it from the gravel. Every single time. So in my opinion, it's like it's a bit of a waste of time because obviously thingy. But if you're taking it from the water column, then yeah. But really, with the amount that you're gonna lose, because you'll find that you have a hell of a lot more than you actually realize that you got, first of all, and they tend to stay in the rocks and stuff like that. You'll get some in the gravel and stuff like that, but you'll have things in your refugium, you'll have them in your rocks, you'll have them in your pipes and just all sorts of different places. So
especially the dark spots.
Yeah, wouldn't even worry about it. Just do a big deep gravel clean every single time.
You will be surprised how fast they multiply.
Yeah, that's what I mean. My anthropods are feeding on the copepods. You know what I mean? And then my fish are feeding on the anthropods. Circle of life. It's like the Lion King.
Let me see if I can show you guys some pods on my frac tank. I mean, I have a small little refugium section that I made, custom built, and it never was used as a refugium. And then I just started throwing some matrix rocks in there. But every time I want to see the pods, I just come to this section, and my God, if I can see pods swimming like small little baby fishes up on the surface, I can only imagine what they might be, or the quantity might be on the rocks and all the other crevices.
That's it. It's crazy, isn't it? Do you know, to be honest, I don't even see pods in my main display. They're clearly there because all day long the wrasse are poking the reds into the rocks and striking at the rocks. So there's clearly pods there,
So
but I never see them.
So that's the frac tank, right? It's plumped together with the main display here. And on top view, if you could see the back section, so this is where the refugium section is.
Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can see. You guys can see small little critters swimming in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can actually, yeah. What is that? Is that fish?
No, those are pods.
Wow, they look like fish.
Yeah, I know, eh?
It can actually, because obviously the quality of the picture isn't that good, but I can still see them. I can see like
Yeah, I know.
little black things moving about.
I can put a filter on it to remove the blue light. That will give you a much clearer picture of the pods that I'm looking at.
Yeah, do that. Let us see it without 'em.
Okay. Okay, let me grab the filter.
You can see them though. You see them? I thought it was a fish.
That's a fish.
It reminds me of the baby fishes of guppies, eh?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought it was like fry.
Yeah. Just give me a second. I'm gonna try and apply some filter on it and see. Hopefully, you should be able to see it something very clearly. But that's what I mean, right? The pods are always going to be there in the system once your system's developed. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just try manually right now. Okay.
Go on, let's see.
I'm trying to go.
What he was doing in Mr. Miyagi then, try to catch him with his fingers.
Right, you had it. There you go. Put it a bit closer.
I'm trying to. You know what? Let me just take off the iPad from my. I got the stand on here. That's why I was not able to hold the iPad. All right. Gonna play around with a couple of filters to give you the exact look on those pods. Where are they? Oh my God, these guys are all over here right now. Okay, that kind of gives us some look. They are trying to come to the dark side of the tank, eh? Every time I try to record them now.
Yeah.
Oh, right there.
Nah, that's a fish.
I wish. What's the camera? Oh, right there.
That's a massive book of filters.
Isn't it?
So you move over to the left a little bit. There you go. There you go. See if you can get it to focus. Just stay still. Don't move. They're flipping tadpoles, them. They're fish. Look at them.
They look like fish.
What are they? There's no way. They don't look. They're massive.
Oh, they are pods.
You need to catch them in a glass, and let's have a look in a glass.
See if we can
check that out.
Yeah,
Let's
see if
see
you
if I
can
can
get a
catch
close
them
up
in
on
a
them because
Catch them in a glass.
they look
Oh,
mental.
hang on
Them.
for a second. Let's try that.
That's the best bet.
I gotta grab a very clean glass. Just hold on for a second, okay?
Yeah. Excuse me. That looks like a freaking fish.
It does, doesn't it? My feet are freezing. All the heating's gone off in the house, and I'm still up. Everybody's in bed, and I'm still up, and I've got no socks on. Feet are killing.
I had me eating up about an hour before. It went to 24 degrees. Red hot. See 24 degrees and what? Like Aussie Dan. He's been like burning up in like 43 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's not fair, is it? But the thing is, I'd rather my cold weather than all those flipping things in Australia that can kill you. I'd stick with my flipping cold weather rather than having to deal with snakes and spiders. Kangaroos. Kangaroos are ruthless.
I know, I've seen that man punching one.
Yeah, see it. Just 1 second. I'm just going to grab a drink.
Wow, I can see them very clearly now. Okay, let's have fun. Can you guys see
Look,
them?
look. Are they pods or mysis? They're mysis.
Yeah, I guess mysis.
Yeah, the mysis. That's why. The shrimp. Mysis shrimp.
There and go.
Yeah, the mysis shrimp. The thing they eat each other, them, you know.
How they go big.
The cannibal shrimp, they eat each other.
Okay. And once they go into the display, the fishes take care of them.
Oh, they will. Like, you can buy bags of them around here.
But you could be surprised how big these guys can get, eh? It's like baby fishes.
Yeah, no, they do get like mysis. They can get pretty big. Like I said, but they eat each other, so they're not really good to keep in a system because they eat each other. But yours are obviously thriving in there.
I guess it has become a feeding ground for them. I'm just gonna give these guys to my display right now.
Hang on, wait for Michael to come back.
Let these guys feed.
Well, look at those.
Let,
Hold on a minute.
They're the
Hold
mysis
on.
shrimp, Michael.
Oh, where's he gone? Has he moved it?
Yeah, they're just mysis shrimp.
oh, Mike just came back.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the live stream, the actual stream itself, so I can see him on there.
Yeah, the mysis shrimp.
Yeah, they're cool. Them rapid, aren't they? Look at them go. They're the ones that I used to have underneath my skimmer.
You can buy them at Maidenhead, Michael. Bags of them.
Can you?
Yeah, there's 5 bags for £1. 5 bags for £5, should I say?
Why? Where's Maidenhead?
In Ashton.
Oh yeah, that's a Maidenhead Aquatics, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, trust me, I won't buy any coral or fish from there ever. But me and Mike get us pods from there. You can buy live brine shrimp, live brine shrimp, live pods, and live mysis.
Right.
And it's 5 bags for a £5.
Do you know what I'm on right now? Milk, cup of milk, and barbons.
I've just had a 4-pack of ginger biscuits. Bubba's in the house. Hello, Bubba. Welcome. Someone mentioned Bubba reappeared. We're getting to know each other first. Ding ding. Yeah.
We catch spiders the size of our hands and put them outside. Oh, sorry. We catch spiders. Yeah, the size of our hands and put them aside. Sack that. I would be ditch. Whose tank am I looking at now?
That's
fine.
Ash, go to. I've just go left. There. What's that? Right in the middle. Is that a Montipora next to the acro?
This one here.
Yeah.
Chalice.
No, that's a Montipora. That's a Montipora. That.
Yeah, that's a Montipora. Yeah.
Which one is it? That's the one Mark's just got. That orange. That yellowy orangey one.
Yeah.
I don't know its name.
It's called Montipella venesis. That's what it's called.
Yeah, Mark's just got it. Is that what you've got above it? What's that above it?
Who?
No, above the Monty.
Go up a little bit, Ash.
Frag above the Monty.
Yeah, I'm actually looking to buy, in the same family. It's called Sung Tao Montipora pelavanensis. It's one of the rare ones. I guess Jake from Reef Builders, he has even written an article on this. Not particularly this one that I have, but the Sung Pao one, which is so rare, and it has some golden tint to it, and it green polyps that pop out of it.
I've got an appleberry one. Is it appleberry? I've got an appleberry. It doesn't grow.
Okay, I don't know, to be very honest, which one is it. I was just sold as Montipora pelavanensis, but does yours have the same pink color in it?
No, my appleberry one is green.
Okay.
It's like a green color. It's green with purple polyps. Similar style of Montipora, with those ridges and stuff. but
Yeah.
mine's an appleberry one. I
Okay.
think yours is a. Oh, what did Mark say it was? I can't remember. Can't remember. It's I don't know what its genus is.
These are hardy corals. I have moved this guy so many times. Finally,
Palwansis. Montipora palwansis. Pawawensis. So it's a palwansis. I'm assuming it's in the palwansis family.
yeah.
So it's which one of those it is, isn't it? So let's find out. Let's see if we can find the family.
That Phil Hubble, do you know the one that was on your stream?
Yeah, it's top guy, Phil.
You know, you always talk about Mark being the Oracle and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I tagged him in a thing to Mark before, and I got Mark to help him sort his tank out. And I told him, I said, this is the one that Michael calls the Oracle. He's like, really? I'm like, yep. So Mark has to sort his tank out.
It's a Kung Pao. That's the one. Kung Pao Montipora.
That's what Mark's got then, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's a Kung Pao. So basically, the skin is yellow, and the polyps are green. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kung Pao Montipora you've got.
Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, that's good to know. Because that's, they apparently say this is one of the expensive ones. Well, I never knew that.
Yeah, it is. It is. You can, like, say, for example, like a small corner of that. So, do you know the right-hand side corner?
Yeah.
The bit that's sticking out, you'll be able to sell. I don't know what your prices are over there, but over here, just for that small bit on the edge, you'll be able to sell that for like £20 over here, which would normally like be $20 or even more.
$26 at the minute. That
26.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
it's a nice. It's lovely looking. Lovely looking.
Yeah.
I want one of those.
Yeah, I like the character. I like the growth pattern on this.
Yeah, all of those Poensis genus Montiporas all have that, that growth pattern. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But mine grows so slowly. It's like I've had it for a year, and it's not even grown like a couple of millimeters.
Okay.
It just doesn't move.
This one is, if that helps, this one is actually sitting under, I would say, 200 to 225 par.
Right. Okay.
And it's basically right in front of, not too far from my MP40. So that kind of give you an idea on the flow as well.
Does your lights run at this color all the time, or does it go like a more of a brighter white?
These are Radions, and I run the SPSAB Plus program.
Right.
And I run Radions along with the two T5. I just add them up, the T5 for maybe 4 hours a day, which is the peak time in my schedule.
Yeah.
And I guess that's probably helping out the front side of the tank, because I can see this this colony of Acropora, the deep water acro.
Yeah.
I bought this as a whole colony. It was just pale, not colored enough at all. And now I see that the tips are turning purple blue on me.
Right.
And
that looks nice.
And all the polyps are coming out as dark yellow.
Mm. Yellows and purples and reds, really, really difficult to I don't know about reds, actually, might be making reds up, but yellows and like purples are really difficult to manage and maintain.
Yeah, for sure.
Green's easy. Everything turns green.
Everything is so easy.
Purples are easy to keep.
Yeah, it's what's in your tank, whether you've got like decent amounts of iron or decent amounts of potassium and strontium and stuff that dictates color sometimes.
I've got the live sand.
I like how that Satosa is surrounded by, what is that? What is that?
That's,
mushrooms?
Those are hairy mushrooms. I used to have a big colony. I got rid of them, sold it off, and I finally had this two just hanging in there around the Satosa, and the Satosa is doing really good. It's actually growing out of it.
Yeah, I love how they like the real, because the color of the green really shows off the orange of the Setosa. So it's like it's a really good comparison. It looks really nice. That can you step back a bit so I can see all of the tank?
Oh, okay.
Tell you what, Michael, I was looking at some mushrooms the other day, and I think I'm falling in love with mushrooms again.
I've just got a rainbow one. I forgot what it's called. Oh, that's nice.
It's a Ricardia, isn't it?
A Ricardia. Yeah, it was a Ricardia. Rainbow. No, it wasn't a Ricardia. That is nice. That is real. And you know, to be honest, like, look at the Zoas. Like, the Zoas are not high end, but look how they're just there. They look brilliant. And that is that a Blasto? What's that at the bottom to the right of the Zoas? Is that a Lobo or a Blasto? It's massive.
It's a Lobo.
Is it a Lobo? It looks like that. It looks like a Blasto, doesn't it, Paul? You know, same colors.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like a Blaster, but it's a Lobo.
Two Lobos, yeah.
Mm.
And then I got another one here. I don't know what kind is this one. This one has some really green, red, and orange color. Right?
Mm. Where are you from, Ash?
Toronto.
Toronto. Beautiful, that tank.
Are you picking that car up tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow afternoon.
That's nice. That's a Lobo you want to show off.
Yeah, it is a nice Lobo. That. Oh, cap.
Check this one out, right? See the way how the Recordias are going onto my my overflow.
That's brilliant. I love stuff like that. You know, when you can get like green star polypore mushrooms growing on, it's like overflows, weir towers. I don't have them purposely because I don't like them. But if you can utilize them in that way, a really nice accent piece.
And these, I didn't actually planted them there, to be very honest. There used to be a big colony of rocks of those green Recordias. And I guess the babies just grew and start, growing on. You could see the close up, lots of babies on there.
Yeah.
And they are just hanging in there. They just like that particular overflow. I'm like, oh, well, that's good. That's a good thing to have.
What did that? Rhodactus.
Rhodactus.
Rainbow Rhodactus. That's what I've just got.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that is nice. Just waiting for it to color up now.
Oh, yeah. You would enjoy that.
But yeah, that's a really nice, really nice mushroom, that one. So I'm looking forward to that growing. But yeah, cool. that Kung Pao Montipora, I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out for one of those because that's really nice.
I wish you would have been Toronto. I would have flagged it and give it to you.
I need to start moving to the places where people have got good stuff because Mark's got loads of good stuff, but I can't get it out of him. What's that on the top there? What's that big orange thing there?
Oh, that's the Sunset Monty.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it started encrusting now, and it's
cheeky little clam over there as well with a bit of GSP on it.
Yeah. I got a clam right there at the back end with a little GSP growing on it. It's a squamosa clam, but it's I got lucky actually. He has a blue, the blue mantle.
Yeah.
That's why you can't see the coloration on it right now because the lights are turning deep blue, 20K.
Yeah.
But this one has a blue mantle, and then I have another one which is right here at the very end.
Yeah, it looks nice. That nice positioning as well because it's nice and sort of like closed off and trapped in it. What?
Yeah, is happy there.
Is its foot down on something?
Yeah, it's actually on a substrate. Nothing else, but just a substrate.
All right, cool.
So I'm surprised. I mean, they can, and squamosas are the most hardy ones if you want to add in your tank. They are beautiful. You just have to wait for the specimen.
I was lucky. I was unlucky. I got a really nice one. I had a beautiful squamosa, and I had a tank swing recently because my dosing pump failed, and my clam died. And my clam died. I was gutted.
Yeah, they don't like swings.
Yeah. Oy.
I'm getting worried about this anemone, the flame anemone. This guy used to be down here in that corner there.
Yeah.
And then the next morning I saw him coming all the way here. And he likes being there. And right beside it, if you can see, I have my purple bonsai.
Yeah.
So if the anemone doesn't move, then I'll ended up moving the purple bonsai colony from there because it's touching it.
Yeah. That's the reason why I don't have an enemies,
Yeah.
because you just don't know. Like they can stay somewhere for a year and then just one day they're like, I'm off, and just destroy your tank on the way.
Yeah. But this one has been very decent citizen. I mean, he's been there for almost a week now, and you could see the colony right beside it. Actually, you know what? What's probably saving that colony? There's an acro crab. If you can see, right, actually, his hands are moving. It's a white one. I don't know if I can zoom it, but right there on the right hand side
Where is it?
at the bottom.
In the
See
bonsai?
my cardinal right under the cardinal right now. Actually, you could see his white
Oh yeah, you could just see his claw there, just in.
claw.
Yeah, just oh there you go. You can just see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh, there you go. You can see it moving.
Yeah. I can see him. Yeah.
So he keeps the anemone from stinging the acro. It's amazing what you see in the nature. See how he keeps on moving the anemone away. You see that?
Yeah.
It's fighting the anemone. It's like get away. That's amazing. Oh, nature has its own way.
Well, to be honest, somebody said to me the other day, because like I said in my most recent video that I only feed flake, and somebody said, well, what if your fish won't eat flake? They've got lytail amphius or something, and they won't eat flake. And the way it is in my tank, you eat what you're given. If you don't eat what you're given, you don't eat. It's as simple as that. And quickly they learn. Do you know what I mean? It's either starve to death or eat what I'm giving
Actually,
you.
yeah, and I agree. What happens is, because you have so many options available in the market, everybody just wants to keep adding stuff to their cabinets. And oh, I want to fit this because so and so person had a success in his tank with this. So and so person fits this, and in the end, you start becoming a hoarder,
Yeah.
and then you wouldn't really know what caused problem in your tank because you use so many multiple products in your system. I actually like the methodology of KISS, right? Keep it simple and straight. Do not mix too many things.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it stable. Just keep it stable, and eventually you will see your tank flourish. I mean, what you are looking at right now, you wouldn't believe this actually happened to me in a year and a half. I have been in the hobby for almost 4.5 to 5 years now. And until I was, end of 2016, I knew that something was wrong in my tank, and it was high nitrates and phosphates. Predominantly the high nitrates. I was just having like close to 50 to 100 nitrates parts per million.
Are you using a filter or anything now?
I am.
Right. Okay. Because it looks really good. So I was wondering how you're achieving it.
But what you are looking at is what I'm looking at with naked eye. To be very honest, the colors that you guys are looking at right now on the screen,
Yeah.
is what I am looking at standing in front of the tank right now. So
What
this filter
what color
is
filter are you using?
it's orange.
How orange? Can you
Okay,
step
you
away and
want?
show it? Yeah, just step away from the tank and like put the lights on just so I can see it. Sorry,
Okay, I'll turn
I'm,
the
I'm
lights
very
on.
I'm very demanding. I apologize.
No. It's fair. It's fair. And I'm going to show you on the white background so you will be able to see it very clearly then.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. All right.
Oh, it's that one. So
See
it's
that?
actually, deep orange. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that looks really good on camera.
Yeah. So I work in a college and my media studies department gave it to me. These guys, they always have a sample of this. So I'm like, okay, let me try this. And it worked. It worked very well.
Yeah.
So there you go. Right now it's all the blues. And now you guys can see the coloration.
Yeah. That looks nice. Really nice. I'm impressed with that. Ash, very impressive tank. Beautiful.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. As I said, we just need to hold on to get the hold of your parameters, and you are on your way to success.
Yeah.
Take your time. Don't rush. And I use Nopox to bring my nitrates down. And now I've stopped using Nopox because my nitrates are pretty much under, I would say, between 2 and 5 parts per million.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it, stays right there. Look at the size of this Australian elegance.
I was wondering what that was when you stepped away from the tank. I thought it was like,
Yeah,
because it was so big, I thought it was a collection of Duncans, but I've never had any luck with it with elegance. Like everything. To be honest, I've never really run my tank right
if you
when
want
I've
to
had
add
one.
one, if you want to add one, try to get an Australian specimen. The Australian specimen is what I got. See how it has the big tentacles?
Hmm.
Now, Indonesian specimens have small tentacles, and they, for some reason, do not survive in people's tanks. They have the reputation of not surviving too long, 6 months to a year, and they will die because the way how they are collected back in the Indonesia.
Right.
These ones, the one from Australia, number one, the collectors take extremely good care when they collect it from the ocean. And then these have the reputation for some reason to survive. I mean, this one actually multiplied. I only had one mouth when I bought it,
Yeah.
and now it has become like it's pretty much covering the whole rock wall there.
Yeah. So everything's running right.
For now, yes, I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
It's always the way. That's
You
always the
know,
way.
you know how it is. We are always on the edge.
Yeah.
Michael, do you know them Zoas I got from Reef Royalty?
Yes.
Well, I glued them down and I just found them floating at the bottom of my tank.
Oh, it's annoying, isn't it?
I got some super glue.
I
Stuck it
never
down.
found I never found that Sophastria, you know. Never found it.
I stuck it down with some super glue then. Walked away, washed my hands, come back. Fucking hermit crabs on are gonna pick it up and started fucking eating it.
That's
With
the
a
hermit
glue
crab.
on it.
Honestly, that's what hermit crabs keep doing to me. Every time I put something down, and it's always something that I actually want. Do you remember when I got that Captain America pally from Claudia?
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm obsessed with everything that is Marvel, aren't I? So when I got a Captain America pally, I was like, oh, yes. Stuck it down. I've put it in pride of place so that when it started to grow new ones, it'd look brilliant. Come down next morning, hermit crabs have pulled it off, and it's gone. Never found it again. Just like they've done now. I've got that Mardi Gras Sophastria, beautiful Mardi Gras Sophastria. Hermit crabs have popped it off. It's gone. Can't find it.
All right, boys, I'm gonna have to check out. It's getting late. I know it's not late as you guys are there. You guys are night owls.
Yep.
I gotta go back to work tomorrow. So see you, boys.
All right. See you later, Ash. Thanks for showing your
All
tank.
right.
It looks beautiful.
When you guys come down to Toronto, do touch me up. We'll go.
Look you up. Get
Too
locked
cold.
up and stuff.
Too cold.
Oh, come during spring summertime.
Yeah, that's the only time I'm coming. I'm not coming anywhere. It's deep midsummer. That's the only time I'm coming. It's too cold.
Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. I don't blame you. Trust me, when I see that snow and that wind chill, I do not blame you guys.
Well, Dave's here. Dave was
Where's
here.
Dave there?
He was here. I think he's going.
I've just dropped into the chat now.
I was.
Hey, Chris is in.
Hello, Chris.
The main man, Chris.
Chris is in. Dave was in. Dave's gone.
It's late for you, Chris. What are you doing up? Connect.
Late for everyone.
You notice that. I see. If I would have never have met them, I would always think that Chris and Woody are the same person because every time Woody comes in, Chris isn't, and when Woody leaves, Chris comes.
All right, good night, boys.
No, mate. See you later, pal.
Take care.
See you later.
Well, she said, I promised you a Captain America pally when I was able to frag them, Mike. You probably don't remember, but I do. My 4 polyp frag is now around 8 to 10, so it won't be much longer. No, I do remember, mate. Don't you worry about that. I'm just.
Yeah, don't forget anything.
I don't forget anything that's flipping. That's something that's good for me. I'm on it. On it. Oh, do me a favor. Is Welshie in the chat?
Yeah.
I'm not in the chat. Sorry, in the hangout.
No.
Who is in? Who's Ed? Is it Ed? Like EDK Ed?
Yeah, that'll be Ed. Yeah.
All right. Just stuck his tank on and gone all quiet.
Hello.
Yeah. So, what was I going to say then? I forgot what I was going to say. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the The Captain Americas. Yeah, I want the Wolverine Acro as well. Wolverine Acropora. Want one of them.
You realise Marvel shit, don't you?
Shut up. So what? So flipping. You what's your thing? DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crappy Batman.
Right, I've moved them as always now. I put them higher up, so hopefully they'll spread because they're worth the most.
AM Fit Elite. What's up? The night is still young. Yeah, it's for you, son. It's 3 AM here, pal. Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Everyone's flipping. Well, me and Paul. You're not in work tomorrow. You don't work Tuesdays, do you?
No.
Yeah, not too bad. I saw your pictures, by the way, on Instagram. One thing that like people shouldn't do is stand next to Billy Pipes on a picture. You should see it was like steps. It was like Billy Pipes, and then it went down, and then it was him, and flipping Inappropriate was on the picture. It was a proper cool picture, actually. It was like the Reef in Elite, on this picture. Cool.
Mrs. just sent me a thing here. Afternoon tea at the Burj Al Arab's Sky View Bar.
£672
What's that?
per course.
No, she just sent me that. She's literally just sent it me, right? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. She just sent it me. I replied to her saying how much, and then she goes, "Why are you still awake?" Why would you send me a message if I was asleep?
Night Welsh, see you later, mate. It's thingy, it's afternoon tea, isn't it? Like flipping scones and little sandwiches and that on the tower things. You know what I mean?
It says here, Savoy and Sumptuous 7-course afternoon tea that includes a glass of champagne at the Skytop Bar, a luxurious hideaway on top of the world.
How do you spell hideaway?
Hideaway.
Hideaway.
Yeah. 139 quid.
For a meal?
Oh, that's just for afternoon tea.
For afternoon tea? Oh my God, you get a reach round with that as well?
I know, yeah. I will off the missus if I pay for it. Saying that though, she'll be paying for it.
I can't believe you just said that. Oh God!
I guess he's not getting money. Guess he's not getting monetized for this video.
Oh God! Tickled with that. AM Fit Elite, 5'6". I follow AM Fit Elite on Instagram, right? And I see all these pictures and stuff, and then like I said, he posted a picture with him and Inappropriate Reefer and Billy Pipes and that. But he's 5'6", and Billy Pipes something like 6'7". He's like he looks like Billy Pipes' kid. If it wasn't for the fact that he's got a massive beard, you'd be like, it looks like he's took his kid with him. And oh yeah, Ed, you was on the picture as well, weren't you? I saw a picture. I think I saw another picture with you and Rico and Billy and Scott as well. Saw a few of yous. Yeah, and Sanjay, that was it. Sanjay as well. How many gallons do I go through evaporation? My evaporation has actually gone up recently because I normally have glass sliders on the top of my tank. My tank's normally pretty enclosed. When I've got my glass sliders on, so when my tank is like fully enclosed, I use less than 25 liters a week. I don't know what that is in gallons, so I'll Google it. So that is 6.6 gallons. So I use less than 6.6 gallons a week for top up water on my tank when my sliders are on. Since taking the sliders off, I'm using around it's dead hard to do this conversion. Since I took the sliders off, I'm using around 30 liters, which is about 8 gallons.
Michael, look at my screen.
Look at your screen. There's your screen. Oh, is it 900?
It's gone off.
Sorry, anyway, 900.
900. Boom. It's weird because it keeps going up and down, like rocking.
Yeah, because some people will just be subscribing for the sake of it because thingy. But the thing is, like, although I've helped you get your subscribers, I've not told people to subscribe, so to speak. You know what I mean? I've just told people about you so that, they will come over naturally, if you know what I mean. Because, like, at the moment, everybody's sort of like clambering about and saying, you subscribe to me and I'll subscribe to you. You subscribe to me and I'll subscribe to you so that we can get to 1,000 subscribers. But those 1,000 subscribers are useless because they're not going to watch. So, getting people onto your channel a bit more naturally just by highlighting you, then, it's a bit better because the people are potentially going to be viewers as well. And that's what it's all about. You want people to watch your videos. So what's that now? You was on like 700 and odd, weren't you? Yesterday, day before.
Yeah. Well, I read if they click on subscribe and they don't watch something like 30 seconds of your video, they can actually they're still subscribed to you, but they're not part of your sub count.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could end up having, like you could have 30, 40,000 subscribers, but only 20,000 are counting because they're not watching more than 30 seconds of a video. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. AM Fit Elite, that's the problem with rimless braceless tanks, mate. You've got no way of keeping the water in. So the water just leaves. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not losing a lot of water, because it's when it evaporates, it hits the glass, it can't get out. And then, the more and more and more and more evaporation that builds up, it becomes a water droplet and then it just drops back into the tank. So I don't lose tons of it. That's the only downside, because rimless braceless tanks are beautiful to look at, you know what I mean? Really nice, but they just obviously you end up with mold all up your walls and everything.
I go for about 25 litres a week.
Yeah, I go through, when I've got my sliders on, I go through just less than that on mine.
You think that's a lot of water, isn't it?
Yeah, it is if you don't have if you don't have a well ventilated house or what they called? I've got one. What they called? Those machines that suck water out of the air. Mine's just gone blank.
Dehumidifier.
That's it. Humidifier, yeah.
Just got a new sub, sailing free at last.
I've just realised that I'm not actually subscribed to AM Fit Elite. But I am now.
I think I am. Yeah.
I've just started doing a little bit of training as well now, because he's big into his training by the looks of it with his Instagram. I've just started doing a little bit of training because I need to because I've been sat in this chair for a year. I've put on some timber. I've definitely put on some timber. So I've just started doing a little bit of training in this room. Basically I've set myself a challenge to do 100 push-ups a day and 50 squats every day between now and Macna. I want to do that, and then got to keep pushing myself to do it, and just that alone will be good, and then that'll help me get my strength back, get back to a bit healthier. And then once I feel a bit more, a bit stronger and a bit healthier, then I'll start going back to the gym again, because I love the gym. I just feel a bit deflated at the moment when I go to the gym, because I've lost so much strength. I've literally, like, you have it in your head, you know how strong that you used to be, and you go to the gym and it's like you go to put the weights over you that you used to lift. I used to be able to lift quite a lot, because I used to hammer the gym. Like, I was in the gym every day. I was doing it six days a week when I was younger. And then you go back to the gym now and you expect to still be able to throw those weights over you, but you can't. And then it's deflating. When you've got 10 kilos aside on the bench press on the side of you and you're struggling. when back in the day, you used to have flipping something like 90 kilos aside, You know what I mean? It's like it's proper deflating. So I'm just gonna strengthen myself up in the house, and then get back to the gym.
Just roll out. My wife loves the gym. She's always there, or she's with Jim.
Did I like the USA? I love the USA. If I ever had an opportunity to live there, I'd go in a heartbeat. Love it. Brilliant
Oh,
place.
I'm going in September. Boom.
I'm going in September as well.
September the
6th. September the 6th till till the 10th.
Yeah, I'm going on the 17th.
What are you going to? Oh, you're going Florida, are you? I'm going Vegas.
I know in a couple of years we're booking New York first. Then we're going to New York, then to San Francisco, then to Vegas.
Right. Why do I like the USA? Don't know. Just do. I just do. I just like because it's wanky. I don't know. I love the diversity. I'd love the diversity of the USA. You know, there's just so many different cultures, so many different personalities. You know, it's its own world for me. You know, you can live in the USA and never really need a passport. You know, you don't really need to leave the USA if you're there because you've got everything. You know, you can go south and, you know, have silly hot temperatures and, you know, blah, 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 and stuff like that. You can go north and go skiing. You know, you've got so many different cultures, different types of people, different, you know, all of this. It's brilliant. I love it because it's not boring. You know what I mean? It's like, and everything you could do, you can drive. You know, you can go from a place that you're used to living and then go to a completely different place, you know, like something that's more of a, you know, that's more influenced by, you know, maybe Spanish people, Mexican people, whatever, you know, and go there and meet a completely different culture in your own country. Now, granted, I can do that being sort of like a European and go to Europe and stuff like that, and I can drive it and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just don't see. I think because I'm on my own little island, you know, it's not the simple case of just jumping in the car and driving to Spain. You know, I've got to get on a boat, sail over to Europe, blah blah blah, and all that lot. And obviously, you know, going through because I'm going to different countries, I have to have my passport. You know, I have to go through customs checks, blah blah blah, and all that lot. Whereas you can just drive around because you've got everything. So that's why I like it. It's cool. How much different is it than the UK? Not much. Not much different. It's just subtle little things, you know, little subtleties. It's not much different. You know, when we talk to each other, we're all the same. You know, we've all got the same personalities. Some of us are funny. Some of us are crazy. Some of us are dicks. You know what I mean? It's the same no matter where you go. It's just I don't know. I just have a fascination with America, partly because of the food. I won't lie. The food's amazing. Food is definitely a big influence.
Southwark, where are you from? Just the United States of Europe. Yeah, where are you from? Whereabouts? Whereabouts in the USA?
Pennsylvania. Do you know, to be honest, I always let's get on this right. When I was younger, I always thought Pennsylvania was Transylvania.
So did I.
I thought Dracula lived there when I was a kid.
Home of Rocket. Link, and it'll stop in. That's a good point. Dave's not here. Give me a second. That's what Dave's for.
Queens, New York. My family lives in Queens, in Jamaica, Queens. some of my family live there.
I'm gonna have to plug this in before it goes on.
Oh,
I'm just getting the link now. 1 minute.
you should have visited the West Coast. What? There isn't really any what? Might do one day. OG lives in Jamaica, Queens. Hey, you might even know my family. We might even be related. Who knows? But yeah, I've got family that live there. Right next to JFK. I think, to be honest, oh no, he doesn't work there anymore. But my cousin actually worked in JFK, but he's moved now. He's moved. Oh, where's he moved to? He's moved somewhere completely different. He doesn't live there anymore. My auntie and my female cousin still live there. But one of my male cousins has moved. What's your family background? What does that mean?
The reason why I call it the United States of Europe is there's three main specific reasons. One, you have unified border control. So just like the United States of America, you have the external border, but to move in between the individual states like Illinois, New York, Pennsylvania, Texas, all those, you don't have to actually show or carry a passport or anything like that. You each, what's called countries over there, basically like Germany and France, they have their individual local governments, like the state of Illinois does, the state of Texas, or the state of California does, but they have the overall EU in this case, or federal government that, I forget what it's called. There's a court of Europe or whatnot that basically oversees all the lower states courts.
We can't travel around Europe without our passport. We can't leave the UK and go to Spain without a passport.
Right, because they're not part of the Schengen.
Well, it's just because we're not landlocked. If we was landlocked with Europe,
to be honest, European Union countries, you can. It's more the visa situation than the passport. You just don't need a visa, to go to these places. Like, say for example, America, we need a visa. You can't just, use your passport to go to America. You need a visa as well. And I think, but with certain countries, we can actually go there just on our driving licenses. We don't actually need the passport.
Right. I'm not talking about the UK. I'm talking about like the mainland EU. Like if you're French and you have a French passport and a French citizen, you can cross into the border of Germany and you don't have to go through any type of passport control. It's not that you're even...
You don't need a passport. If you're on the land of Europe, you don't need a passport.
Exactly. No. Exactly.
Right. No, but so when it came into it, they said that we kept the passport thing, Michael. Going to Ireland, you don't need it. You just need your driving license. But going to Europe, you need a passport.
Yeah,
it's just the way that
right because you're not part of the Schengen.
Yeah.
So that you have to go through passport control. I know I did it when I went from St. Pancras or Pancras or whatever, however you pronounce that, to Paris. You have to go through passport control there. But so basically you have the European courts that oversee the local countries' courts. You have the way that the Schengen works. And then you don't have, and now of course UK is kind of like a separate country, but for most of the countries like Spain, France, Germany, those are the ones that I'm really talking about when I say in the United States of Europe. They don't even have their own currencies. They pretty much use the euro. So for everything that makes you literally like a country, they aren't really countries on their own. They call themselves that, but for the most part, they're just like our states. Illinois does not have its own currency. California, while they'd like to think they do, they don't have their own currency. They don't have their own passport control. And the United States government laws and court system will override theirs. So it's literally identical almost to the way Europe is set up. The difference is this country was founded with the whole state mentality rather than having separate countries with their own separate languages and currencies and everything. Try to become one big country, but yet still not wanting to lose their own individual identities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Because like we've got England, Scotland, Wales, but they're like their own countries. You know, Scotland, Wales. You know, the different countries. Although we're all attached and it's one land, it's different countries. Which
Right, but do you have one unified government that controls all those, correct?
not for much
Or no?
longer.
No.
Oh,
Scotland have their own parliament. The Welsh have their own parliament.
Right, but they still have to adhere to whatever is done by the House of Commons and the House of Lords in London, right?
In a way,
sort of, yeah. They've got Scotland. Scotland have got
not full control.
Scotland have got their own parliament, and you know they've got their own governments within Scotland and Wales.
Right.
But yeah,
And Northern Ireland.
And Northern Ireland.
Right. So does Illinois. Illinois has Springfield, and we have our own senators, and we have our own representatives.
It's a bit the same sort of thing. Like it's like your senators and things having control of your area, but then the main government sort of like ruling it all. But they're trying, Scotland especially, are trying to make themselves their own country in its entirety.
Right. No, I know that's like stuff is changing there, and current events is going over. I mean, there's no disrespect in my comment. It's just I see it's almost like Europe is.
We don't care. We don't like Scottish anyway in England, so we're all good.
I did not. I know.
I'm joking.
Am I wrong, or does that make logical sense from a structure? From a structure hierarchy, is that right, or am I wrong on that?
What's that?
Is how Europe is set up right now, is that accurate, or do I have that wrong?
No, it's right. You seem to know more than us.
Well, it's not going to matter soon because we're not going to be a part of it.
See, now what's your opinion on that? Because honestly, my personal opinion, and I don't live there, but if I were to have lived there, I would be pro-Brexit.
For me, it's one of those. I don't
want to be part of Europe. Not at all.
I think a lot of stuff changed when the European Union came about. A lot of stuff changed, and obviously, especially when the euro kicked in as well. You know, it really, really changed things for a lot of countries. You know, like countries that were running themselves, like Greece, for example. You know, obviously they were surviving on tourism and stuff like that, and they was doing well because you know the pound was very strong against their whatever it was, peso or whatever it was. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And they loved it because we would come over and spend loads of our money because it was nothing to us in essence, but it was loads to them. But then they became a part of the euro, and you know the euro is almost just the same value as the pound now. So there's no incentive for people to go over there anymore. And obviously, you know, because it's going to cost a lot, so people are looking elsewhere. So it's really hurt them. Obviously, Greece have had to be bailed out a couple of times. So
yeah, that's throwing money away. But anyways,
yeah, exactly.
Ireland's been bailed out.
Pardon?
Italy's been bailed out. Ireland's been bailed out.
Yeah, that's it. So for me, it isn't good, and I think it's good that we're taking the approach to step away. Nobody's really going to know what's going to happen, but the thing is, there was a life before the European Union. You know, everything ran before the European Union, and it can run again.
And yeah, absolutely.
Union, though, it didn't get set up. We joined the European Union not for what it is now.
No, that's the thing is the European Union originally, as far as I'm concerned, and I could be wrong, which is why I love talking to foreigners because I would hope they would know more about this stuff than I do.
It's my live stream. It's my live stream. You're a foreigner.
Exactly. And that's what's interesting is to get like people that live in these places perspectives because I don't. But originally, I believe it was set up as a economic trading pact. And it then became, because of convenience, they added the Schengen onto that. And then at some point in time, it basically morphed into a political system, which was never what the original founders wanted it to be in the first place. They still wanted the individual countries to be individual countries and have their own governments. But then it like kind of evolved into a federalized government.
The way I see it is the Germans didn't beat us in the World War, but they've won now.
Yeah, but they couldn't do militarily. They now did politically.
Yeah.
No, I completely see that.
He's shooting himself in the foot because we're going to leave and we put the second amount of money into it. We give them our armed forces is the biggest. Well, the biggest, and we've got more ships, more weapons, more boats. So we've got more anything than the rest of Europe. Germany's got nothing. Germany's not even got any ships.
No, I heard that all 6 of German submarines, like the most state-of-the-art advanced submarines ever, they're all in dry dock because none of them work.
They've got nothing. They've got nothing because at the end of when the World War ended, America and Britain they signed a thing saying they can't have certain weapons, this, that, and the other for something like 200 years. So they're still not allowed this good stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're still not allowed it.
Yeah, but you know what they can do though is basically they can just invade you and say, "Here, take all these migrants, enjoy."
They can try.
I
It will
mean,
never happen.
well, hope
Because
not.
we'll go to war and then America will join last 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you, but we've got a bunch of our own problems. I don't know that we would be getting involved in any wars in Europe at this point in time.
There won't be any wars. There won't be any wars in Europe. It won't happen.
Yeah.
I think they tried that when it happened in Kosovo and Bosnia, and that went all tits up.
I think the next time we have to bail France out again,
looking.
we're just gonna be like, "Fuck it, let it fall."
I can't stop looking at this Kung Pao Montipora. I want one.
I kind of joined this conversation late, but my input is if there is a major, like, Afghanistan, all that stuff, they're pittance compared to like a world war. If there's another world war, the whole freaking world is done. So it doesn't really matter.
Well, that's the other fun
a
theory.
world war now wouldn't be what you'd expect. It wouldn't be the case of sending all the men out to fight because we live in too much of
fuck no.
We live in too much of an age.
You can harm a country just by shutting the infrastructure down.
If like, say for example, if somebody really wanted to, you've got hackers and stuff like that, if it was a world war situation, then a country could destroy another country just by hitting the enter key on a keyboard. You know what I mean? It's not,
absolutely.
It's not.
Russia and the United States can do that now if they wanted to.
Exactly. So
pretty much, yeah.
Anyone can do that. Any country can do that. The smallest North Korea's most probably already hacked every single thing and ready to press a button to fuck the world up if they wanted.
And that's another thing as well. Is this is why I don't watch the news. I don't follow mainstream media or anything like that because each and every day you're being brainwashed in essence.
I literally haven't watched the news in, no joke, probably 2 years. Like I catch tidbits here and there, but I refuse to watch it because it's not, I don't care is the wrong word, but it's just it's monotonous garbage.
Oh, see, I love watching the news because for me, it's you get out your popcorn, you get out your thing of pop, and you sit there. And what you try and do is you try and spot the fake news before it gets reported later on.
Yeah, but that's another thing as well. Fake news, like there's loads of things, and to be honest, this is a reefing thing, and I don't really want to get into it. But there's so many things out there now, like because the media is so easily accessible. I could go onto Facebook now and create some sort of account, make it look like a proper legitimate news account, and just talk shit. You know what I mean? If I wanted to, and that's the problem. Is back
I jumped on here 10 minutes ago. I thought I was listening to C-SPAN.
No, see, the best part is everyone now is like starting to realize this. Like the mainstream media, and it's like, dude, it's been going on for so many years. Most people are brainwashed and they don't even know it. I remember watching the State Department briefings every day. It was like one of the first things I ever subscribed to on YouTube. Like this is Trump's been in office 1 year, and then they had that other guy. So this is like 3 years ago when the State Department had the blonde chick that would always get up there and show the videos. And I remember her showing videos of the United States bombing targets in Syria. The only problem is when you actually like look at the video that she was showing, it's all in Cyrillic letters. It's like, you're showing us the Russian bombing video, you fools. I mean, the screens aren't in English. Oh.
Did you Did you hear about that? What Trump said in that rally about that abortion rally? Did you hear what he said in that?
I watched the speech, so I must have.
Well, that speech at the big. Listen to the speech again. He says, "When a man gives birth to his or hers, do you know what I mean? Listen to it again.
I'll have to go back and listen to
how
that
do you
again.
spell hers?
H.
HURS.
No, it's the way he says it. He says ers. ERS. If you listen to Paul, right, when he talks, he drops his H's all the time. So, he'll say ers or whatever. Anytime he drops letters all the time. So every single time that you see me saying, how do you spell this, Paul? Or how do you spell Paul? It's because he's dropped a letter. He does it all the time.
Yeah, I really don't care because like my next paycheck is going to probably have $200 to $300 more in it, and that'll be amazing.
Why?
Why?
Because it'll be the first check after the tax reform bill went through.
Oh, good, Michael. We're going to get some super chats.
There you go.
I think one of the things in it too is you're getting more back if you have a child too, I believe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The child thing went up. Well, what a lot of people don't realize is they look at it and they're like, oh, I only got a few percentage off. It's not going to be that big of a deal. No. You're doubling your single payer deduction as well. So like a normal single person is $6,000. Now it's a $12,000.
Yeah. Now, I'm not big on news or anything like this. I've just picked up blurbs on it. He put a cap on it, though, what you can write off, right? I don't know if you're familiar with it or not.
A lot of write-offs simply don't exist anymore.
Okay.
So, for example, what you used to be able to do was you used to be able to write off your property tax, your state property tax on your federals. Yeah. You can't do that anymore.
Gotcha.
Which is totally hysterical because everybody's like, "Oh, Trump's benefiting the rich. Trump's benefiting the rich." Is like, you have no freaking clue because
none of these people have any idea what's going on.
Right, all these people with multi-million-dollar estates, those are no longer multi-million-dollar write-offs. Yeah. They all just got fucked. Literally, his taxes personally just went up because he can no longer write off all of his property, his state property taxes for all of his resorts and everything that he owns. So now he has to pay tax on those. Yeah, he literally screwed over the rich. So, yeah, maybe the numbers aren't that big of a deal, but it's like there's a lot of other stuff going on than just your bracket percentage.
All right, so you guys want me to get this back onto a reefing topic?
Yes.
Yes, please.
So I have I think I've been telling you guys, I have an
order. Does anyone want to send me some Kung Pao Montipora, please?
Yeah. I have an order coming in from Worldwide Corals tomorrow, and I told them to send me high-end A cans and make it a surprise. But when they send me the email, basically saying your tracking number, I saw one of the names of the things that they were sending me. And this A-can is the most insane A-can I've ever seen in my entire life.
What's it called?
Like monkey juice or some shit like that. Hold on, let me get on their website and look it up. It's like it's friggin' nuts. It's like ape something. I don't friggin' know.
I hope it's called monkey spunk.
It might be. They got some friggin' crazy names on there. It's like something ape.
It's not a ninja monkey, is it?
Gorilla nipples.
No, dude. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Hold on, I'm pulling up their website.
I think I had one of the best air cans. That true rainbow ad was amazing.
All right, it's called the Grape Ape. The Worldwide Corals Grape Ape.
I'm gonna say
grape or grape.
Grape as in like the fruit or
Worldwide Corals Grape GRAPE and then Ape APE Aussie Lord.
So tonight will be
and then they're sending four 4 other high-end ACANs that I don't know what I'm getting.
So what are you getting? The worldwide color grape ape Aussie Lord.
Yep, the Worldwide Corals Grape Ape Aussie Lord.
$190.
Yep.
My God, how much have you spent?
I gave them 300 and basically just told them to send me high-end ACANs. I don't know what the other stuff I'm getting.
You're only getting 2.
It says I think it says 5 or 6 in the quantity list that they sent me, but that was the only name that I could see. It just says this name and then etc.
Yeah, the Great Ape Aussie Lord is $190. The Great Ape, the Grape Stuff Aussie Lord, $150. Grape stuff, another Great Stuff Aussie Lord, $140. Wow,
Sweet. That's awesome. Congratulations.
that is nice.
What is it? An ACAN or is it ACAN Acro?
ACAN. It's called the Worldwide Coral Great Ape Aussie Lord.
Great Ape.
Grape, as in the grape that you eat.
Grape.
Grape.
Yeah, like grape. GRAPE. Grape.
So it's probably a purplish color.
No, it's
got
not
every
actually.
color.
It's got
Oh, really?
it's predominantly like pink and red. Like pink,
Nice.
orange. It is beautiful.
People call stuff rainbow ACANs. This thing is literally a rainbow ACAN.
Well, the thing is,
Wow.
there's rainbow ACANs and then there's ultra rainbows.
You got true rainbows and all.
Yeah, I'm to be honest, like I can't really say what I'm doing, but I'm going somewhere soon that has like proper, like true ultra rainbows. I'm going to be filming there soon, and there's going to be some crazy stuff there. So can't wait. I can't wait to make a video, and it's going to look properly cool.
I think from now on, after these corals come from Rico here in about a month or a couple weeks or whatever it is, I think from then on, it's everything I do is going to be a rainbow coral. Period.
Add another $200.
That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, it's a everything.
I want a rainbow Monty. I want a plating rainbow Monty. I want a rainbow ACAN. I want a rainbow Acro if I can find something close. Just everything's got to have freaking amazing tons of color.
Well, get your rainbow ACAN.
Yeah,
That's what's it called? Walt Disney.
Yeah, if your rainbow ACAN, you're going to be getting like a Walt Disney or a home wrecker.
And that's kind of where I am at. Like, I'm kind of just sick of the run-of-the-mill stuff, which is unfortunate because now I have to spend $8 million to get coral. But like, I'm just like sick of that just run-of-the-mill stuff. Now I want the real nice stuff, which my wife can hear me talking right now, so we're gonna get divorced soon, but we'll be all right.
I've seen tanks. I've seen systems where they're full of rainbow stuff and they don't look nice, because there's nothing to blend it in.
Yeah, you've got. It's like being like being an artist. You can get a paint gun and fire it at a canvas, but it don't mean it's going to look nice.
Can your wife hear us?
My wife's at work, so I'm good.
Mine's asleep.
No, the other one that's.
But
can your wife who's listening to you hear us?
Have you told your wife that fire?
She's yelling at me right now. It's okay.
I was gonna say, don't look at this as a burden, but as an opportunity.
Hey, the way what's that? The Ron Jeremy acro. Shut up.
I'm not even going to try Ron Jeremy.
The thing I have going for me is my daughter loves the tank, so that's the only thing I got going for me.
Yeah.
It's your saving grace.
Yeah, exactly.
I was expecting to either see an actual acro or flipping Ron Jeremy's length. Didn't get to see any.
Well, I thought I had also corrected to Ron Jeremy's arsehole, so I better not.
Oh yeah, but that might have been it. 70s Bush GSP. But to be honest, I'm in the same position myself where, because my tank's doing so well and I'm confident in the tank now, rather than me just doing like what I did on the first version of the tank and just going out and just buying anything just for the sake of filling it up, I'm taking my time and I'm keeping my eyes out for nicer stuff. Like I said, I've got the Appleberry Montipora, I've got multiple rainbow ACANs, but they're not ultra rainbows, they're just standard rainbows. I've got just other things like that, and then other stuff that is what would be classed as run of the mill, but I like it. You know, like say for example, staghorn corals. You know, I really like stags, and they look beautiful. You know, when they grow out and stuff like that. But now, you know, say for example, fish wise, you know, fish. I'm looking at things like Leonard's wrasse, you know, feminist wrasse. You know, obviously I've already got the what's my tang called? I've just Achilles. That's it. I've already got the Achilles and stuff like that. So I'm just going to take my time, and rather than spending like £100 or $100 on multiple things, I'm just going to spend it on one. You know what I mean? And just get something a little bit, you know, a little bit more higher end. Oh, tired. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go to bed. You know, oh, it's 4 o'clock.
I think I'm going to go to bed. What time is it?
Grab myself.
10 to 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's only like 10 o'clock. What are you guys talking about?
How am I getting flipping Facebook messages at this time?
Is it Mark Kemp?
What's he doing up?
Is he up?
It was on.
Has he sent it to you or us?
Us. Didn't he say like not so long ago that he was going to bed?
Yeah, he's always up.
I bet I woke him up, you know, because I messaged him because I know he's got Kung Pao on it. So I messaged him saying, "Have you got any Kung Pao Monty for her?" Sell it. Then. Don't be tight.
That's awesome.
I probably woke him up. But yeah, I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out for, you know, for nicer stuff. And obviously, Aaron's aquarium is good because it opens up doors, you know, that I would never normally be able to even approach, never mind go through. So I can see things and, you know, potentially get things that, you know, I never would normally have access to. So, you know, that's a bonus of YouTube with that. So yeah, so like I've got a little project coming up soon in February, which is going to be interesting. So we'll see how that goes, and that should help make the wife look a little sexier.
Yeah. You buy air cans, or you can make a lot of money off them. I did because like my air cans that I had total cost me 100 odd quid to buy, say 150.
Yeah.
And total selling them made over £1,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about clearing my air cans out, but not yet. I'm going to wait to basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep everything, not sell anything, but when something comes in, it'll be like an in-out situation. So whatever's like a bit mediocre or something now will be replaced for something a little bit, you know, higher end. But it's not necessarily, you know, because like it does, like say for example, pulsing xenia. You know, I've got pulsing xenia in this tank because I like it. It's the most mediocre and flipping, sometimes the most hated coral, but I love it. So I've got it. I've also got like green clove polyps as well next to it. So it looks like pulsing xenia, but it's green in the center. Stuff like that. You know, some people call them, you know, pests and weeds. I actually like them. You know what I mean? I've even actually started to grow a bit fond of mushrooms. Never used to like mushrooms, but I've started to get a bit of a fondness of them. So I've started picking up a few more mushrooms as well.
Get loads of messages tonight for them blastos of mine. But
have you?
Everyone wants me to post them.
Sell them there then. I'll buy them.
I'm not posting them.
You don't have to post them. I'll pick them up.
You can buy them if you want. It's up to you.
I'll have them.
Fucking nice. They're they're on like a bit of a branching coral. Branching, do you know what you call it? Do you know the dead coral branching stuff?
Yeah.
Whatever you call it. But it's got a couple of zoas on it, green ones, and I think it's got an orange one.
I need to do something with my zoas, to be honest. I need to start selling them or giving them away or something because they're getting ridiculous now.
See, I just want higher end zoas in mind now.
Yeah, well, I've got all of those flipping everlasting gobstoppers, aren't there? They're going flipping daft. I've got some worldwide coral sun drops in there, some scrambled eggs, and black dragons
I think I've
and
got some.
obviously those everlasting gobstoppers, and what else have I got?
As soon as these vampires in drag grow, like an extra head pops on it, I'll cut one off and give it you. They're
Yeah.
worth like 30 quid an head or something.
Do you know what I had? And it's gone. Again, another one. It's always the good stuff. I had a rainbow hornet.
Did you get it off Mark?
No, got it off Reef. Reef. Right, it was going for £70 a polyp.
I think Mark's got some.
Has it? Yeah, mine flipping just disappeared.
I know he's got some rainbows in there.
Mm.
I found one in mine. It's weird. It's got like an orange lashes, then it's got blue in the centre, and then in the centre it's orange.
My Clarky is digging a hole. Is that normal? Clarkies are not normal.
No clownfishes are normal.
They're absolute psychos.
Balance.
It's probably trying to get out so that it can flip and smother you in your sleep.
Probably. No, those fish are evil bastards.
Are you definitely having this, Mike? I'll take it off Facebook so I'll stop getting messages.
Yeah, I'll get it off you tomorrow.
No worries.
YouTube money tomorrow, innit? Get paid off YouTube tomorrow. So I'm feeling flush. I think it's tomorrow. I've just had the email to say like
I think last month it was 25th or something, wasn't it?
Spider-Man Zoas. Can you get those?
Yeah, I had shitloads of Spider-Man Zoas. All they are is blue and red. In fact, do you know where I got them from, Michael? I got them from that place I don't like, the LFS near us in Stockport.
Oh, they who shall not be named.
Yeah, and because they don't do names always, do they?
Oh, they're nice, them as well. Like blue centers with red lashes.
Yeah, and the lashes should be striped if you look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they actually sold them there, and I think I got 7 or 8 heads, 15 quid.
No way.
Because they don't name them. If you go in there, they don't name them.
Yeah.
But you've got to go in there.
Yeah, I'm not going in there.
It's full of bellends.
Yeah, it's like that. No, it's not. You know, the staff are probably dead nice, but just don't like the owner.
I think on this blast off, I think there's 7 or 8 heads. Might be more. 7 or 8 heads, and I think there's a couple of Zoas scattered down. You got the green Zoas and the orange ones.
Where would you suggest putting it in my tank?
Do you know what though? You got them. You get them other Blastors and all tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah. That's why I'm thinking about getting.
You're gonna have two different colour Blastors.
Where should I put them? Do you reckon?
I don't know. You do know Blastors sell for no less than 15 quid a head, don't you?
Did I? I don't know. I don't know coral prices.
That's the standard price from anywhere. 15 quid a head.
Is it? I don't know coral prices.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So you're getting a bargain tomorrow with them off that bloke.
It's just me in it, because obviously I know trade prices. So
yeah.
I don't like, so obviously because I know what the trade prices are, when somebody turns around to me and says, "Oh, I'll do it you cheaper," it's like I can get it at trade.
I think when I bought this one, I think I got it from Cotfields, and I think for one head, I think I paid 20 quid for it. For one head. So
I think I don't know actually. I think I might have a drive up to Big on Fish tomorrow.
Big on Fish. Are you there? I think he's dropped out.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Who dropped out? Oh, who dropped out? Me.
Oh, I can't wait till I do my tests tomorrow and see if all my numbers are right on the line.
I've not done one in weeks. Weeks and weeks. Can't be bothered. All my colours.
I want to know if this doser is working.
Hello? Gamer?
Hello. There you are.
Hello.
I don't know what happened then. Yeah, so I think I might go up to Big on Fish tomorrow and see what they've got in. Well, tomorrow. Today.
Later.
Yeah, in a bit. I'm going to grab about 4 or 5 hours sleep and then get up and then crack on.
Dosers are what you do to maintain stability, correct? Because the doses your chemicals slow enough that they don't like spike anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more a convenience as well, so you don't have to do it, because I know what I'm like. I'm a busy man, and if I need to dose 10 milliliters or 8 milliliters or 40 milliliters of something per day, you know, there's only so many days that I'm going to actually do it, and then other days are going to get missed.
And I'm just a lazy ass who won't do it.
Exactly, same as me. I won't. Like I said, like my tank now where it's at is so simple, and I don't literally, I don't do anything to it. I'm looking at the glass now, and I'm getting a little bit of brown on it now, but you know, a little bit. So maybe like in a couple of days, I'll probably give it a clean. But I have literally not cleaned the glass since I made my little maintenance video, which was on the 7th. So, you know, what was that? That was like 15 days ago, 16 days ago, and I've not cleaned the gas.
Twice. So, yeah, most probably twice since that.
Yeah,
I needed to, and it's not like I didn't have to.
So the most I really do is change the filter floss. The skimmer cup, because I run the skimmer dry and I only run the skimmer 12 hours a day because I don't run it 24/7. You know, the skimmer cup don't need changing that often either, or cleaning. So it's, you know, it's simple. It's really, really simple system.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping with this Triton stuff is that I can literally just. So what I've got right now is I do 2 milliliters by hand every day, but the alkalinity portion, since it's mixed together, it's 4 milliliters, and of course that would spike me up. You know, I try to do it at night, and then it would spike up my pH by about at least a point or two.
Yeah.
Me dosing that into my tank, but now since I've got this thing hooked up as of today, and I'm gonna try to sleep tonight, hoping this thing doesn't kill all my shit in the middle of the night. I've got calcium, 2 milliliters of calcium being dosed over 2.5 hours. And then I have from midnight till 6 a.m. It's going to dose 4 milliliters of the part 3A and 3B.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm going to do? I've decided now because I'm sat here because I have a little notepad of my videos and what videos I'm going to make and stuff like that. And I'm going to do a remake / update of my cabinet video because everybody's always asking me how did I build the cabinet and how did I get the doors on and all that lot. So that's what I'm going to do. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Because I built the cabinet out of scaffold. Because I built the cabinet out of scaffolding. People are like, you know, how do you get the boards on and all that lot without drilling into the scaffolding? I remember it's mad. It's mad to think, you know, you wouldn't believe how much stick I got for building the cabinet out of scaffolding. Oh,
I give you stick for it.
Pardon?
I give you stick a little bit, telling you to paint it. Remember when you was building it?
Oh yeah, I was gonna paint it, but in the end, it's like because they ended up like doing like sort of like a bit of an internal thing with it. Didn't really need painting, and I think there's no point in wasting my time on it.
Yeah.
You barely even notice it. But yeah, I remember the crap that I used to get. Like it won't hold your tank up, and it'll just fall apart, it'll just fall down, and blah 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 blah. It's not strong, and you know, just all of these different things. You've got to use square, you know, you got to use square piping, circular piping won't work, blah 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 blah. And it's like, look, I've got like a 7-foot long fish tank, which is like 1,000+ liters of water. I've got a cabinet, a hood on top of that, which is, it's not fixed to the ceiling or the wall. It's literally resting on top of the tank. So the full weight of the hood, the full weight of the tank is all resting on that frame. And even when I climb up and do my spot feed and that, you know, it's got my weight as well. Don't even flinch. So yeah. So I'm going to do sort of like a bit of a remake on that.
Well, you know much scaffolding can because I'm seeing how the bloody building scaffolding.
Yeah,
with the amount of weight that's on it.
That's what I mean. They put bricks, like thingies of bricks and stuff like that on it as well. So yeah, it was I couldn't believe it. Like I thought everyone was going to be like, oh, wow, that's a great idea. A lot of people do. I've seen loads and loads of people building the cabinets now out of scaffolding. Loads of people are doing it. But, you know, at first it was like, oh, people were just like ridiculing me.
Well, I just saw a hell of a lot of air in my calcium line. That's not a good thing. All right. Well, now I've definitely got all the air out now. So
yeah, Every now and then I see an air bubble in it.
No, I mean I saw like half the hose was there.
Oh no, that's different.
Yeah, no. So I'm a little. I mean, we're gonna try and let this doser go overnight. Oh, that's what it's doing. I see it dripping right now. What the hell?
If you're getting back, what are you getting back suction on it?
Back
I don't
siphon.
know what.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm getting.
That's the reason why that's why I got rid of my old doser, because it couldn't hold. It wouldn't hold the fluid in the pipe. As soon as it dosed, no matter where I put the pipe, no matter what height I put the pipe or the doser, it always back siphoned.
Yeah, you're supposed to have your bottles lower than the tube at the other side.
Yeah,
So
I have. Yeah, I have it all.
than the tube.
Yeah, it's all lower.
Yeah, so it drove me insane in the end, so I just got a new doser. But yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Well, this is the apex dose. This is supposedly like the awesomeness of dosing.
Nah, Apex.
I'm not
You
even
don't get
getting.
what you pay for.
I'm not getting. I'm not
Huh?
even getting it. I'm not even getting involved.
Yeah, you don't get what you pay for.
No shit. I've had nothing but problems with this thing. I mean, it was great for doing like water changes and crap like that, but
Quick question before I start researching calcium. Go on, Chris. Before we go, because I'm getting tired now. I'm going to go to bed soon.
I've took all the pictures off Facebook now, Michael. It's fucking sold. It's yours.
Cool.
Unless someone jumps in and says, "I'll give you 55."
Well, I'm only giving you 30. For 30 in a reach round, I'll just close my eyes.
yeah, I'm looking at it now and there's more air in there. What the flippity flip? I wonder if I'm actually getting water from the air pump or from the actual pump head itself.
Does the tank size matter about what your calcium level is maintained?
Yes, it's a bio.
Well, the way it is obviously to get the right amount of calcium in your flip to get the right amount of calcium, obviously, say for example, if you've got a nano or you've got a 400 gallon, you'd have to put more calcium into the 400 gallon at the start off. But once they're both, like whether it's a nano or it's a 400 gallon, once they've got the right amount of calcium, how much you put into that to maintain it will depend on consumption. So say, for example, you could have a fully stocked nano tank that is hungry as hell and is consuming tons and tons of calcium. And you could have a very lightly stocked 400 gallon, or you could have a 400 gallon that's stocked with softies, for example, and the nano will be consuming more calcium than the 400 gallon. So it all depends on consumption rates and things like that. So it's not necessarily the tank size. Obviously, to set the tank up, you're going to have to use more calcium to get a larger tank going. But to maintain it, it just depends on the consumption. And there's loads of different things for consumption, because you've also got precipitation as well to go in with that. But, if you just think about it on the consumption basis, then it just depends on what you've got.
No, I see where I'm getting the air bubbles from. They're coming in from somewhere on the head.
You got a little hole in the pipe.
Yeah.
Let's just change the piping. Or get a dab of super glue and put it right over the hole where it is.
Well, I don't know where the hole is. I think it's somewhere in the actual head. So that's the question: is do I let this dose tonight or no? Probably not.
Well, if it's back siphoning, you're not going to get enough in anyway.
No, it's not. No, it's not back siphoning. It's
dripping too much in.
Yeah, it's dripping from the. Damn it!
Right, boys. I'm going
Just a quick one, Michael.
Go on.
You do realise, because you've got red blast doors, like goldy blast doors, you're going to have to get the rainbow blast doors now, don't you?
I didn't even know they existed.
Oh, I've just been looking at them, nice.
Well, I know if they exist, I know a man that can. So I'll if there's stuff for me to get that I need to get, I'll speak to my
What do you want me to do with these? Do you want to come and get them, or do you want me to drop them off at you?
you're not in work tomorrow, are you?
No,
I could probably just do it in one sweep. Go see him, go see you.
it's up to you.
I'm going dinner time to see him. So I could go up, see him, and then just come see you because it's not on the way, but I'm in the car, so
What are you doing? Going up to Big on Fish?
no, going up to that lad's house to pick up those corals.
All right.
So I could just, seeing as though I'm still in the car, I could just pop over to you.
What time are you going? Is dinner?
Dinner time, yeah.
All right. Just be quiet though, because my missus will be in bed.
You do know it's me, don't you?
very, very loud.
I don't have a quiet level.
Yeah, so I gotta figure out where the hell this. Damn it.
Yeah, if you come, Michael, just if you come in before that, just give me a ring before, just so I can open the door so you don't ring the bell.
Well, if you want, around, and if you don't want me to,
Oh no, you can by all means. I'm not going to stop you coming around. Just be quiet.
no, if it's better for you, bring it round. It's better for me because then I don't have to drive to you. I don't like driving. I do it for a living.
Or I could fucking meet you near where he is.
Yeah, if we're meeting halfway, I'll just come to your house. We're not messing about with that.
Yeah, good point.
only live around the corner. I'm just being lazy.
Right, what I'll do, I'll give you a shout tomorrow because you might even have to bring the tub actually. Because I don't even because it's on the branch. I don't think we've got anything big enough to put it in.
Is it though? Do you know that big container that I got that Gorgonian in? Is that big enough? Or do we need bigger than that?
Go. What, the plastic thing?
Yeah, the one that I got the coral delivery in. That got in.
Why are they all water?
The one that I got the frags in from Reef the other day.
Yeah, but they come in separate pots, didn't they?
Yeah, the biggest pot. The Gorgonian came in a big pot. It was like it wasn't the size of a jar, but it weren't far off the size of a jar.
It's on that. What do you want me to do? Pop it off these branches on?
I don't even know what it looks like. I've not looked. I'm buying it, but I don't know what it is. Have you took the pictures off now? Oh no, they're still on the chat, aren't they?
Still on there.
Let me have a look.
I don't. You know what? If you don't, because you most probably won't put the branch in your tank anyway, will you? Because it'll spoil your look of your tank.
Depends. If it's no, I don't know. It depends. Because suck it. Let me just have a look at this. Just trying to find the pictures. Can't really make it out with the pictures.
Trying to look myself.
How big would you say the blastos are? How big would you say the thingy is in total? Like just the blastos. So what is it like? One?
Oh
two,
no,
three?
them are like the blastos. Obviously, they shrink up when you take them out, so they'll fit in the tub anyway. You know what I mean?
But the rock thing won't.
Yeah, because like tomorrow you'll get them blasters off that lad. You'll see how big they are. You'll take them off and they look tiny. They're like 2 pence piece.
How big are they when they're fully open?
Normal size blastos.
I don't know how big blastos are. I've never owned them.
Yeah, they can get like 2p size when they're fully open.
Oh, right, okay. I'll just bring that tub then. The little one, just take it off the rock because I'm not going to do it because I always throw the rocks in my rock bin anyway. I never put rocks in my tank.
Right, well, I'll do that, then I'll pop it. Well, yeah, I'll pop it off tomorrow. If I can't pop it, I like I say, I don't want to. If they started growing over the thing themselves, I'll just snip the bit of the rock off with it.
Don't do anything until I get there.
I won't.
And then just leave them so I can see them open as well. You know, like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
don't mess about with them.
I won't.
And then we'll just make a decision then.
All right, always.
See how we go. Okay. Right, I'm going to bed.
Right, people, I'm going to be shutting this down because I'm going to bed.
Night.
Right, so I'll catch you later on, people. Who's in the chat? Let's see who's in the chat stuff. Anyone in the chat? Chris, night. Ed, night.
Everybody else.
Reef, if you're still there, night. Scott, night. Night, Michael. Night, Ed.
See you later.
See you in a bit, mate. Bye-bye.